I see what you did. That's sneaky. Come on now. You're gonna have people questioning my morality right off the bat. We can't have that.
That's something that they already do.
All right, let's roll with that.
Okay.
We're not gonna do $500 because come on.
I mean, yeah.
If you could get out of like the whole jail part of it, like it was just a free pass, would you kill somebody for $1 million that you don't know?
Well, is it? Well, okay.
People will know what you did. You just won't get in trouble for it.
But it's no one I know, right? Or is there a chance it might be somebody I know?
It's nobody you know, but it could be the preacher down the street.
All right. Give me the meal for it. Give me the meal. I'll do
$1 million, hey, do anything.
it.
Yeah.
That's just a little mental stress.
It's like... I'll wait. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. So he gives you the $1 million and tells the next guy if he kills you, he gets to keep the $1 million that you got in your possession.
That's just a continuous cycle, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, that's a movie.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's good.
So like a plot twist.
It reminds me of that game like you'd play in high school. It's not really a game, but you know, where you're trying to like push your friends as much as you can, and they're like, "Hey, would you suck a pom pom for $1 million?" Like, yes, I would. It's $1 million for like 10 minutes of my time. I can forget that.
I couldn't suck on a pom pom.
For $1 million, bro?
Nah, not even for $1 million. I'm good.
So you would shoot somebody in the head for $1 million, but you wouldn't give head for $1 million.
Think about it, man. He's gonna have to finish. I ain't doing that. No, I can't.
You would take a life, but you wouldn't save a life.
Right.
Oh man.
I see where you at. I see what you did there, man.
Jalen, what about you?
Oh, we're going around the table? Uh-oh.
He's like, I kill somebody for free, man. What you talking about?
Hey, you got the $1 million. We won't know until you have the $1 million, man. Look, I won't answer.
Yeah, that feels like a light-skinned question.
Come on now. You're breaking my heart already.
I didn't never play that game growing up, so I'm new to this. What you talking about?
Yeah, I
It
don't
must
know
just be
about
like
that.
a white boy thing. Just like when you're sitting there, like throwing the ball, trying to hit the other guy in the nuts.
Huh.
That might be a baseball thing.
That's a game.
It's all about trying to prove.
Nuts. But
Yeah, yeah, it sucks. But, I mean, you're not like flinging it. You're just like rainbow shooting it.
I wonder what else happens at these sleepovers that you're telling me about.
I don't know. I never got invited to sleepovers. I didn't have any friends.
Oh, okay.
Don't go to sleep early.
No, it's just a baseball thing. Trying to prove like you're the toughest guy out there in the dumbest way possible. Testosterone, man. It's a hell of a thing.
Now I know why I never took up the baseball. I never.
It's fun to watch.
See, that's the funny thing though. Like with football, if you're the quarterback, you're touching a dude's butt, what, like 100 times in the span of 2 hours?
No.
If
Come
you
on.
think about it like that,
There's no butt touching. There's a pad right there, man.
It's still the butt area.
I mean, if you in the butts, man, just say that. You ain't got to bring sports into it, man. You ain't got to say baseball and balls or football and butts. You ain't even got to say pom-poms, man.
What is happening?
For $12.24, I will be your man, you know?
Wait, where'd that come? $12 and 24.
I don't know.
See, this is the wasted minds. You know that. You know that by now.
Living up to it. So I went to Knoxville today, and they have virtual reality arcades now.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like
know
where
that.
you just go in there, put on the headset, pay $10 for 15 minutes.
That seems a little steep.
Oh, man.
I
Or,
mean,
or hear me out. You can come to my house and play VR for maybe what, $8? Hmm?
Mm.
Hmm?
I mean,
Over
$7.50.
15 minutes.
Shoot.
Do I get snacks?
No.
You burn it.
I don't know.
VR's pretty fun though.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
different.
getting into it.
That's right. And you got that over there, don't you?
Yeah. We've been playing it a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's a good way to
Jalen been playing it too, huh? Jalen.
Oh, y'all play it right. Everybody's played it at least once, right? You got one.
Kind of.
Remember, Jalen, you got one too?
I play on one. I don't got one. I can play on Mars. I got one.
It's in his possession.
Hey, but look, yeah.
I got like an old school one, like one of the first ones they came out with. One of those brands, whatever. Probably don't even make them anymore, but it's like using an iPhone 3 when there's an iPhone. What are we on? 16, 17 or something now?
You talking about one of those old school ones where they have the goggles, then you have to like draw a picture and stick it in front of the goggles, so you have to plug your VR. Yeah, they sold those on Amazon for $24.95. I bought one thinking it was gonna be something different, but it wasn't. And I told them, it's like, yo, it was $24.95. What do you expect for it to be? Like, touche.
So this one was one of the first ones you actually put your phone in.
Mm-hmm.
So more or less, you're just holding your phone like right here and playing with like Wii joysticks. Ridiculous, really.
And by joysticks, you are talking about joysticks this time, right?
What other kind of joysticks
I don't
are
know,
there?
man. Football, baseball. I mean, everything's had some kind of
You're
connotation to
reaching.
it.
You're reaching.
I've got to reach. I
That was
don't want you to reach around. You see what I'm saying?
that was 5 minutes ago. Come on, catch up.
We ain't been potting for 5 minutes yet.
I know you're lying. I can see the little red thing.
No.
Don't hide it.
Where is it at? Where is it at? Nobody else sees it.
You guys don't see live 743 up there?
No,
sure
we
Nah.
don't. Only you.
Really?
Only you live. We're on the backstage.
Oh, well, I mean, get in the backpack. There's room.
So the drinking game is whenever anybody laughs on the podcast, I have to take a drink of whatever's in this thermos can.
Okay.
All right. I see what we're doing there.
Okay.
What's in there?
What you would least expect.
Mm.
I mean, judging from like the golf attire looking setup you got going.
McUltra?
Yep. You got it. I was waiting, like, come on, don't lay down. It's funny. We used to do that golf trip for Eagle. I don't know if you ever, I went to like one or two of them and just got smashed because I don't play golf. I'm terrible. But literally, everybody's walking around with a Mick Ultra, just like, oh, I'm one of the guys today. And looking at your boss like, no, I still you.
You'll be one of the guys some days, right?
If you're a good boss, you can. If you're a, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, if you're a good boss, sure, why not? If you're a terrible boss, no. Move along.
What's a good boss though?
You ain't with me on the weekdays, you ain't with me on the weekends.
Shoot.
Yeah, what is a good boss?
Someone to do the work with you. Someone who leads by example is what I think.
Yeah,
that's the classical answer, I think.
And what if you was the boss and you did it for 45 years so you ain't got to do it no more and you're like, yo, bro, get down here with me and do this. I'm like, nah, fam.
That was different.
You can delegate the work off. I mean, that's part of being the boss. But I mean, when it hits the fan, you got to be there.
Yeah. The boss would jump in at any moment right there. He'll come and talk you through it, right?
Yeah.
Do you? Where do you
Okay.
work, Jalen?
Right here, man. You see this? It's New York. I'm just playing. I work at the shipping company, man. I ship stuff, man. Ugh. You need something shipped, you come to me. Look, I can get you anywhere you want to go.
Be the plug.
Hey,
Yeah, you need to move that weight. Don't ship it. Don't ship it. Hey, don't do it. Don't get you. Oh, guaranteed. I'm just playing with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I got mine to get a refill on this one. Jesus, Ant.
what is Ant playing too?
Nah, he keep laughing though. He gave me an extra one. Like
See, look.
Nope. It didn't come out. It didn't come out.
So
This
I
might
watched
be
it.
hard.
On Netflix, I got into this show called the Tinder Swindler.
I heard about that.
Yeah, man, it is crazy. What makes it crazy because it plays on so many dynamics of our social game right now. Anybody been on Tinder before?
Yeah.
Explain to me what your experience on Tinder is.
All right, so apparently Tinder is like depends on how attractive you are, and depends on
Let's
how
say
clever you
about
are.
your level of attractiveness.
I didn't realize how attractive I was until I downloaded Tinder, man. And I get I got about 3 or 4 matches in the queue every day, and I'm just like, I don't think I want to match it.
Well, okay, walk me through that. Like, I don't even know what that means. When you say matches, what is that?
That means like people who swipe on your profile, like they left or right, right if they want to match up with you, they think you're attractive and they think you are interested. They
So
want to
you
get
gotta- So, okay, man, you moving too fast. For me. All right.
That was a
brand
giggle.
new.
That don't count. Giggles don't count.
grown men don't
Okay.
giggle. That was a lie. There ain't no giggles.
All right, so I download the app and I have to upload pictures, right? So how do you choose which pictures that you upload for this particular app?
All right, so you're gonna want to upload pictures. You don't want to do something like so see how we're all by ourselves right here.
Yeah.
Now, say you want to take a picture. That's not the picture you use for your profile. You want to use a profile picture of being together in a group, being eventful. Something that shows that you're interested and you got hobbies and you get out. You want to project your hobbies and seem interesting.
All right,
So-
so I create this fantasy. So even if I'm not an outdoors person, I want to pretend like I am for this particular app.
If you want an outdoorsy girl, like depends on who. It's a tailor. It tailors who you want.
So it's just like real life. You're still lying.
No, it's not like real life. Like most everybody on Tinder is on there for one thing, but you're tailoring. Yeah, you're lying. You're lying to try to make the other person fall for you.
All right, so check. I think about who I want, and I go out and take pictures of what I think that person would be doing. I upload. How many pictures can you upload?
As
Unlimited.
many, I guess the most I've seen on there is like 15. I got
Okay,
five.
So you get to look through the pictures before you swipe left or right.
Yeah,
So if I swipe right on that person, then they also have to swipe right on me,
right.
and then that gives them a match.
It's a mutual match. Yeah.
So you get a notification that Sarah is matching with you.
hmm
Then what happened?
Then either Sir hits you up or you hit Sir up. Somebody's got to hit somebody up, and then next thing you know, the sparks start going back and forth.
All right, so let's say you got 4 matches per day. How many of those matches really have like some legs to them? Like, all right, I talk to this person for at least a little while.
Depends on how attractive they are. So that's weird to say because you're like, what do you mean by that? Like, so say you got something that looks too good to be true. Now you know how attractive you are, right?
Yeah.
Now as a 10 gonna come up to you and ask you to take you to dinner, right? A 10. I'm not saying that won't happen. I'm just saying, how often has that happened where some absolute gorgeous girl has came out and decided they was going to come up to you and ask you out to dinner?
What's the date today? Saturday? Friday.
Oh, all right. It happens more often than I said.
Just kidding. Yeah, right.
But
Let me check my DMs. 0. So that's the answer. Nothing.
So you gotta. So if you're smart, you gotta figure out who's the catfishes, because there's people on there that are catfishing. They want like Tinder swindling. They want to get you to subscribe or meet them up or send them some kind of money. Like I've been there, I've been in that position. It's embarrassing to say, but you talk to this person, you feel like you got a connection because it's your action replying back to you because it's a real person behind it. But it's not the person seeing, you know. So and then next thing you know, they want to move it from the Tinder app. Normally, if you move from the Tinder app, you get somebody's numbers or Snapchat so you can get linked up, right? But they want to move to a different talking service app, something that costs money. That's how you can kind of tell the fake ones when they want to make you pay something or you got to register for something.
Oh, so it's like Pornhub. They want you to subscribe to their OnlyFans page.
Yeah, there's a lot of those on there too. And they're really good at getting guys to think they're gonna get a date with them because you match with them on Tinder, right? And you're like, oh, she's a real local girl. She's interested in me. Okay, she got an OnlyFans. That means she might be a little open. She might be a little adventurous. But nah, she just wants you to subscribe. It's that fantasy. They lock you into that fantasy with that too.
So it's like that Lonely Hearts scam. You guys know what that is?
I do not know what Lonely Hearts are.
I don't either.
So it's like those web chat, you know, meet girls, whatever. And so like there's these foreign countries, like people have these more or less companies, I guess, set up. And so they'll have like a whole script they follow. Pictures of the girl doing all kinds of stuff. Pretty much have her entire Facebook page. And so they'll go through all this and they'll be like, hey, I really want to come to America and meet you. Can you send me money for a plane ticket? And then you'd be like, nah, I ain't going to do that. And so then they'll come back like a day later and they'll be like, hey, so my cousin's going to pay for the ticket. So I just need you. I'm going to send you the check from her and you just cash it and send me the money and I'll fly up there and we can meet. So it just seems like, you know, you're not really doing anything. But really, they're sending you a fraud check. So you go and cash that, turn around, wire it, and all of a sudden that check don't work. And they're like, gotcha. You're on the hook for that money.
Yep.
Yo, speaking about scams and stuff, I met a guy that was like sort of like, you know what you were saying on the dating scene. It was a guy, he's from Nigeria, and he was talking me through like, so he wanted me. He asked me if he could use my I guess Cash App or whatever, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna send the money to you," and that's how he was doing things. He was sending like basically doing a web search, getting pictures of girls online, and doing stuff like that, and sending them to other dudes, making a quick check. And I've seen the guy go through this whole like I've seen him do it. It's like I'm not gonna lie, I did it for a second. I got in with the in the circle. Well, not he sent me the money. So
allegedly, Jalen.
I took
say allegedly.
Allegedly. It's all legal. Legal to an extent.
I still harsh on a legal basis, baby, all day. Swipe right on me.
So look, that's what he was doing, and he was getting a lot of traffic, and that's what he's doing. Like, hey, I can get the money, but I need somewhere to send the money to, and that's what he was doing. I was looking like, man, it's crazy how you can get
deep fix.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. He was selling pictures, and he's a guy. I talked to him. He can't even speak. Like, you know, that Nigerian accent where he's talking, you're like, I can't really understand you. Yeah, like, but he speaks perfect English through like text and whatnot. And you're like, but he was going through it, and I was like, wow, man, it's crazy how deep the hole gets. You know, when you see in it, you're like, I don't know.
That's the thing. I'm just saying, quick hitter. Lonely people are the easiest ones to get.
It's profiling people. That's what I keep want to call that dude TikTok swindler. I'm pretty sure there's one out there too. But the Tinder swindler, man, the lady was describing what she was doing on there. She said she got over 1,024 matches. Her name was, I think, Penelope. She went onto the app. She was looking for a particular type of guy that's well traveled, like you said, with the profile pics and stuff that shows him active, well dressed. And then she went to go meet up with him for the first time, and she met him at a expensive hotel in the lobby, like whatever the restaurant was. I didn't realize that was a thing until I started hearing about these fancy hotel restaurants. Apparently, she met up with him for an hour. She got there early, but waited for him in the lobby. And then when she seen him come down, she's like, he looked just like he did in his profile pictures. So she assumed that he was going to be fake. But when he turned out to be exactly what she expected from him, and then later met up with her and flew her out on a private jet to an island and had caviar on the plane and made her feel special, made her feel fulfilled. Later on, he sent a couple of text messages and that kind of hooked her in. She said her first memory of love was of like Disney, Beauty and the Beast. So she always looked for that fairy tale love. That's why she kept looking on Tinder to find matches to see if she could find that connection. And when she found a guy that she could fulfill that fantasy with, she fell into it. Like you said, lonely. Maybe not lonely as far as like having people around her, but lonely as far as people she could relate to. And it ended up costing her $250,000 in loans. And the way that he got it out of her is like, again, he took her out, spent maybe $50,000 on like just eating and doing these things. And then when he asked for some reciprocation because, you know, he had a hardship, he couldn't use his cards because of security breach, they were willing to take out $30,000 because they seen how lavish he lives. So what's $30,000 to a millionaire? Or a billionaire is actually what he was claiming to be. So they thought they was gonna get it recouped, and they would do the wire thing where they was like send her $100,000 to replace the $30,000, and it would never come. And she had 3 or 4 different girls that were interviewed in this place, and eventually, you know, they put the article out about him and revealed who he was. He did 5 months in jail. And after the 5 months in jail, he back out doing the same thing again. And it's all because women want to believe in the fantasy. And when a person don't care about you, he'll let you believe whatever you want to and take everything you got.
It's not even just the women either, though. It's the men too. If you really think about it.
But it ain't that bad. Let's say a girl. You meet a girl and she's like, I've been dating this guy for 5 years. And over the 5 years, he probably bought me $250,000 worth of like stuff. Well, right. You go, girl. You go ahead then. That's all right. Let a guy say that. Oh, he trash. And I can't believe, you know.
Busted.
Mm-hmm.
Double standard. But should there be a double standard when it comes to that type of thing?
Not in this new age, I don't believe.
I mean, there's always going to be double standards between men and women. It's just like in high school when you made with the boot knocking. I don't know. I'm looking for something that's not bad, but I mean, as a guy, that happens and everybody's high-fiving you and they're saying like, oh, dude, yeah, that's awesome. You do that as a girl, you're getting shamed up and down the hallway. Why?
But you tell them about your WAP?
My WAP? I send this to your mother.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going.
Late.
Yeah.
Yeah, lag time. Must be Ramsey's internet.
Just keep your finger on the
trying to
button.
make us laugh, man.
I seen this video on YouTube today. It's about it was on the cut, right? And it's about siblings and brothers, and they had different sets and scenarios, but it's about people switching their phones out, right? and let your brothers.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
See if you really know your siblings like you think you do.
Read your last text message that you sent out.
Boy, I tell you what, that's a good joke. I was just saying, how many people think they could actually do something like that? Like, or would that just be like, that's too much?
I mean, you can look at my phone if you want to.
Yeah, my phone's fine, man. I mean, as long as I can share it with my brothers. My brothers can look to my phone. I wouldn't feel too awkward about it. For anybody else, I would be like, then we need to cut it.
I mean, don't go through my browsing history. Past that, yeah, tear it up.
Just the pictures, man. See how you
How
giving
many
it up.
screenshots you got?
Screenshots. How many selfies you done took? What's going on with your self-image?
I don't think so. I can send selfies.
Hey, he's got to take selfies for Tinder.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No,
You don't take selfies on Tinder. You take group pictures. You don't want to
that's
be
right.
alone.
Sorry, man.
You don't want to be the lone dude on it makes you like you just trying to hook up with people.
But I
It's
am.
crazy though.
No.
That's
Jalen,
crazy
would you
to
get
think
on?
about.
Would you jump on Tinder?
I don't mess with none of those sites. I don't mess with none of that stuff
Would you?
anymore.
Would you?
I have before. I wouldn't. No, not anymore. No.
Well, just because you meet bad people, or it's too hard to figure out the good from the bad. I mean, what's the turnoff?
Turn off probably for me I guess the commitment. I guess time commitment. I'm not like it's so much. You might get so much fake in there. So the return of interest doesn't really for me.
So,
wouldn't weigh
what
out.
would be your preferred method, or what is the preferred method to meet people?
Organically.
That means
I don't know. Like I'm pumping gas, man. You know, I'm out there pumping it. You know, it's kind of chilly. I see a woman pull up, man. She see me out there. It's chilly, and I got the wind blowing. It's got my chest open up, man. She's like, "Hey, you need $5 more on pump 5?" And I'm like, "Yeah, come on, honey." No, something like that. I don't know, man.
the question was, how many times has a 10 asked you out on a date and paid for it? I think you said 0, didn't you?
Yeah.
So we're talking about a basic.
I mean, standards change though if you get free gas. I think that's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, man, you can be too. Buy me some gas, and you was something me at 8. I swear.
Well, then we bring X's question back up. For $1 million, would you free gas is free gas. Lifetime.
My man. Imagine a man touching your head, man. Get off.
But
me.
he identifies as a woman though, even though he might look like
Good.
a man.
I identify as a man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right.
Wait, so the question is like biological female identifies as a man, but is still like at that point biologically female. Was that it?
Nah, it's a biological man that's got enhancements that's giving you $1 million.
I lied.
Mm.
Why we saying this so much?
I'm just following up on the question.
It's been in his head the whole time.
True.
I just think it's funny, man. That's only. No, it ain't funny. Ain't nothing funny about it. I ain't gonna say nothing.
So you don't want to go on Tinder to find people. You can't find people either. So like I'm saying, like how do you get good at finding relationships if there's no way to actually find good relationships? It's hard to find a person that's in a good relationship that's happy, not just tolerating stuff and putting up with heartache, but is actually enjoys it.
It's not that hard.
Like I wake up and make you breakfast because it makes me happy type stuff. Not because I feel like I have to as a duty, or I feel like I owe you because you've got to mix me breakfast a couple of times. But it brings a smile to my face when I hand you this Egg McMuffin that I made from scratch.
You didn't make that.
But he cared enough to do it.
Do you? Is that how y'all feel about your significant other and those that have them? Do you feel like joyed to get up and work for them?
I do.
I did.
I'm not gonna say all the time, but
I did.
So y'all
Yeah,
subscribe to the blue pills, huh?
I mean, I'm a little bit different.
Blue pill, blue pill, blue pill, blue pill. No.
I'm thinking of how to word this.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So
I need to write it down too, so I can come back at you a little harder.
So I mean, I'm like everyone else in the world. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I'm selfish, you know. Sometimes I want my time, but other times, you know, you're in a relationship. Like not all of my time can go to me, and maybe that's how I want it to sometimes. But sometimes as little as she wants to cuddle on the couch, even though I know nothing's happened afterwards. Like, okay, well, let's cuddle on the couch and watch your stupid little teen vampire show.
okay.
So you remember when you first met somebody and they send you a text message, when your phone vibrates and it's just Netflix and not them responding to you. Do you remember that moment, that enthusiasm that you get from replying to the text? Like you feel happy to reply. And then eventually you don't feel happy for replying because they're bugging you. Like, why you keep asking me where I'm going? I told you I was going. You see me going there. We are here together. What are you talking about?
It's like the first time you cuddle.
Mm-hmm. So what changes?
It's just time, man.
She wants me to touch her, and I just play video games. No.
We change, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same stimulus. We just don't respond to it the same way.
Yeah.
Time heals and time kills. I mean, maybe it's some kind of like psychological thing where it's like, maybe it's your internal like morality clock ticking in your head where it's like every day you're getting closer to death. Maybe that plays in the back of our heads more than we think it does. Because, I mean, why do we lose interest in stuff so quick?
You think the world might desensitize you in a sense, showing you a lot of things that you typically don't see, so you get sort of used to some things?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. You know, ever since 2010, man, people on Facebook getting their heads and stuff, man. I ain't never seen that before, but Facebook got me real used to it. And now I'm real used to people getting their seeing some graphic stuff on Facebook, you know, and make you desensitized to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just something I've thought about. Like maybe the reason that we don't, it's like video games. Like when we first get a new Call of Duty game or something, for a while, there's nothing better. That is the coolest thing. You want to do it. And then all of a sudden it's kind of like, I don't, whatever.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's what I think.
I agree. But think about, I don't know how old you guys are to go back to the Cosby Show or something like that, where your favorite show would only come on once a week. You could never get enough of it because you paced yourself. You didn't get desensitized. But now that you have a 7-second clip available whenever you get bored during a commercial break, your brain is addicted to dopamine, and you need it constantly. We can't separate the need for dopamine from, say, food or a relationship. So we expect it in every aspect of our life. So you haven't seen that old dude, Uncle Johnny, that grew up by himself, didn't get married because nobody chose him. So you don't think that you're ever going to be alone. You think that you always got options out there. So you don't value what you do have.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't eat bologna anymore because you can afford whatever you want to eat. But when you didn't have nothing to eat, bologna was top-notch meals.
Still is, man.
Put it in the frying pan.
So when you had nobody to cuddle with, hey, cuddling with her was amazing. Now that, you know, if things don't work out here, I'm a cuddle master at this point. I can cuddle anything with 2 legs.
Hey.
Anything.
Yeah.
I did that for you, X, man. You know
Thanks.
I
mean, nobody else. I even stopped. I was like, come on, somebody. Okay, fine. I guess I'll step up to the plate.
But how do we reverse that process? Or should we? I mean, heck, should we be polygamous? Because that's what it leads to. I mean, we can't watch just one show. We need everything. We can't eat just one plate of food. We need all sorts of foods on our menu.
I mean, if you reverted back to like the animalistic, I mean, really, of all the animals in the world, we're the most advanced, we're the most intelligent. There are very few animals that mate for life. They just mate and move on to continue their line, to continue their species. So I think the real question is the reason we do it like that is because of the brain capacity that we have. And if that's the case, since we have the extra brain capacity, why are we settling on such a small thing?
But then again, there's a sense of duty with those animals. Like you don't see lions turn on each other. Well, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Maybe lions don't turn on each other. Maybe there's a pride in the pack and they all stick together, no matter whose kid it is. I mean, can you imagine just picking up somebody else's kid and just start raising them like they're your own? Like the whole community, like a community raises the kid.
Like
So
village.
So why you think, well, we have a higher sense of understanding. I mean, I don't know if that directly correlates to the way that we live our life and the fulfillment of our life. I'm pretty sure a lion feels fulfilled every time they catch a deer. But we can't be fulfilled in 99 years of life.
I don't think the lion looks for fulfillment.
Bullshit. That gut is fulfilled.
I mean, yeah, that's more like a cause and effect. My stomach rumbles, so I must go eat. It's not more of a I'm looking for something.
I identify as a lion, okay?
All right, man, cool, man. I identify as a primate, man. I throw shit at the fans and it hits. I don't know.
It's an interesting thought, because if you think about it, as the human race, we have people who climb Mount Everest. We have people who play video games for a living. I mean, we have people who pilot submarines underneath the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, we have so many more options that you're never going to be truly fulfilled, I think. I mean, you'll gain a sense of fulfillment. I mean, I gained a sense of fulfillment when my son was born. But it's like a cup of water. You drink some, you just fill it back up. You live off of it.
I don't even know.
What takes that though to live like it though? Like if your mindset is focused on, okay, I'm fulfilled with this one thing. What else? You know, what else can feel, or am I getting into a routine of this same feeling, so I want something new? But is it your mind telling you that, or is it just something that you desire, or is it just, I don't know, it's something that to me it's like a mind thing. Like if I could say I could be fulfilled with the same thing the rest of my life, would I be fine with that? Like if I'm working the same job, if I'm, in the same relationship, if we have the same kids or not. For me, I think of like, well, I do see the desires or anything out there in the future, but I can see as myself contained with whatever I have at the moment. So I don't know if that's something that is just a mind thing that we fight with, but it seems like that's what it is. Like the dopamine, the programs we watch, or anything like that that can persuade us to wanting more. So I don't know. It's tough.
Well, it's not that simple. I mean, you can get a girlfriend who, let's just say, is a 6, and then you look over and see a guy with a girlfriend of an 8, and you're like, well, he's not better than me. I could get an 8 too. I mean, there's so much more. Like, you got to add in like jealousy and like spitefulness. You got to add in all the extra emotions that we have that the lion doesn't.
I understand that. So, but is that a good thing though, to have jealousy?
We have cars and lions don't.
I know, like you got a lot of things. You got houses, you got cars, you got all of that. So when you look at that, is it a mind thing telling you that, oh, this person got this, I gotta have it? Or is it an image thing, or is it something that you feel in yourself, like I got to have this or I won't be fulfilled?
I was watching the Kanye West documentary, the second episode, and I'm looking at Kanye as the younger version of himself. Even when he was rapping and when he's like 12 or something years old, he had the mindset, bro, to be great. He always knew he was going to be great. However, he wanted to get signed by Rockefeller. He needed that chain around his neck for fulfillment. It was a milestone in his life. It's like being on the floor and say, you know what, I'm going to do 10 push-ups. You set a goal of 10. It's an arbitrary number that you push towards. So when you do 5 push-ups, you start feeling tired. You say, no, I'm going to do 10, so I'm going to keep going. If you don't set a goal before you do push-ups, you do 5, and you're like, I'm tired. You just stop at 5. So in our life, we have different benchmarks that we say, hey, I'm doing okay at this point. 200 miles before I get to Arkansas. I'm on my way to being where I want to be. And I feel fulfilled every part of the way. I'm on vacation right now with the family. I'm enjoying my day I feel fulfilled every day. If you live your life being fulfilled, you don't have to look for fulfillment. But if you keep feeling like you need something else to enjoy where you are, you'll never be fulfilled. That glass it's bottomless glass. You just keep pouring into it and nothing ever goes inside of it. And you always feel empty.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. So it's we wanna aspire to have the best everything. I want that piano back there to be amazing. I want to be able to go back there and play it. But until I can go back there and play that piano, I'm gonna strive to get it. One just like it.
All right. What if you don't never get it? Would that be a problem for you?
If I never beat a video game, I had fun the whole time.
Okay.
The whole time.
Great way. I wish I could get more like that sometimes.
It is, because we're conditioned to not feel that way. They want us to need everything that we don't got. Because if we feel comfortable, then we don't buy all this extra stuff. We don't go in debt. We don't put stress on our children. If we don't put stress on our children, then they're not traumatized. If we're not traumatized, we don't need therapy. If we don't need therapy, we don't need medicine. If we don't need medicine, then our bodies perform a lot better. And we live longer and happier. It's a whole list of things that we have to be stressed out as humans for there to be a market.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There has to be a war somewhere for us to feel safe here.
You're right.
But anyway, man, the podcast is going on too long. I apologize, gentlemen. I rambled on and on and on.
That's a good way to end it. A good way to take us out, though. I mean, you kind of hit some stuff there.
Shut up. Wasted this episode.